Can you still upgrade a Windows 10 system with unsupported hardware to Windows 11 25H2 in 2026? That's the question we're going to answer today. Stick around. I've done many of these videos in the past on all kind of different methods on how you can upgrade a Windows 10 system that Microsoft considers unsupported to Windows 11. But there's a lot of rumors that once Windows 11 25H2 released, that Windows was going to block all of those methods of upgrading an unsupported device. But here we are, as of the recording of this video in February of 2026. So let's see if we can still do it. Let's test one of those methods, see if it still works. Probably the one that I've relied on the most is the Rufus method, so we're gonna give that one a try today. You can do either an upgrade or a clean install, but as with any of these methods, you are more likely to be successful with a clean install and not connected to the internet during the installation. Those two things are key. Now, you can attempt the upgrade, but there is a chance that you'll get one of these errors that it couldn't complete during the installation process because it is trying to migrate something on your old system over to Windows 11 and failing. Not saying it won't work, I'm just saying the success rate for doing a clean install is much higher. So if you can, back your stuff up, do a clean install, get a fresh start. And I'll also state this, as I have in every other video, I'm not recommending this for your 15-year-old computer that was upgraded from Windows 7 to 8 to 10. This is more for systems, you know, maybe around 5 to 6 years old, something to that effect. So again, because I will undoubtedly get these questions in the comments, I'm not recommending this for a super old PC. And if you attempt that and it fails and then ask me in the comments, why did it fail? You have your answer now, right? This is the answer. It's not recommended on a system that old. Can it be done? Sure, it can be done. I did a video on it where I upgraded a computer from Windows 7 to Windows 10 to Windows 11. I was successful. Your mileage may vary. But for today, we're going to upgrade a PC that's from around 2020, and it's still a very viable and usable system, but of course, Microsoft deems it unsupported for Windows 11. Let's go ahead and jump on the computer, see if we can prove that wrong. Alright, so this is the computer in question. Let's go ahead and jump over here to settings. Gonna go ahead and jump over here to update and security. And you can see right here where it's telling me to get ready for Windows 11 to see if this PC can run Windows 11. So we'll go ahead and check those hardware requirements. So now this here would prompt me to download the PC health check. I've actually already downloaded it, so I'm gonna back out of this. And then we'll just come down here and type PC health check. There's the app right now. Go ahead and run that out. Close this out. Okay, introducing Windows 11. Let's check if this PC meets the requirements. Check now. And as you can see here, this PC doesn't currently meet Windows 11 system requirements. TPM 2.0 must be supported and enabled, and the processor isn't currently supported for Windows 11. Alright, so according to Windows, we are not supported. We're going to need to download two things. We're going to download Rufus, which is the tool that we're going to use to create our installation media. So I'm going to come over here, type in Rufus. I'm going to come to this first one here that's rufus.ie. Going to go ahead and click here. Ignore all the ads. Don't click on any ads. Come down here to downloads. And I'm just going to download the first one here, Rufus 4.12.exe. That's the latest version. It will download up here in the top, and it's already complete. I'm not going to click on it just yet because I need some installation media. So we're going to go to Microsoft and get the official Windows 11 25H2 ISO. We're not going to get it from some third-party untrusted site. We're going to get the official ISO. I'm going to type in download Windows 11. I'm going to come over here to download Windows 11. I'm going to skip past the assistant. And I'm going to go to right here to create Windows 11 installation media. I'm going to click download now. And now I've got two things in my downloads folder. Let's go ahead and open that up. I'm going to close back out of this now. I'm going to go ahead and go to my downloads folder. And now you can see I have that media creation tool here and Rufus, and then that PC health checkup that I had already pre-installed. We're going to go ahead and run the media creation tool to make our ISO. Going to tell it yes here, getting a few things ready. I'm going to go ahead and accept the license agreement. Now, since I am downloading and creating this media on the system that I'm going to install it on, I'm going to go ahead and use recommended options for this PC. But if you're creating this media installation on a different PC, then you will not want to check this box. I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now here's where I'm going to change this from USB flash drive to ISO file. We're creating an ISO file, and now it's asking where I want to create that at. We're just going to go ahead and create the Windows ISO file. Let's put that in my downloads. I'm going to go ahead and save, and Windows is now creating the ISO. So notice we're not using the media creation tool from Windows. We're actually just getting the ISO, and then we're going to use Rufus because it has the options we need to bypass the hardware requirements as well as create a local account and bypass the requirements to have a Microsoft account. This will take a few minutes, so I'll go ahead and fast forward until this process is complete. Okay, now that this piece is completed, I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. And there's going to be some cleanup here before it closes out. All right, so now we have this Windows ISO right here. I'm going to go ahead and open up Rufus. All right, so for this next part, you will need a USB flash drive with at least 8 GB of free space. You will need to do this for either method. If you plan on doing a clean install or an in-place upgrade, either way, we need to create the media installation. So go ahead and get your flash drive and insert it into the computer. Once you have that flash drive inserted, go ahead and double click on Rufus here. I'm going to click yes for the user account control. And this is asking if you want to allow Rufus to check for application updates online. I'm going to go ahead and tell it yes. Okay, it has already recognized my 64 GB flash drive up top here. Under here for the disk or ISO image, you want to go ahead and click select. And we're just going to pick the one that's here in my downloads folder that we just created called Windows. So I'm going to double click that. All right. Now Rufus has already picked the options down here for us that we need. Your partition scheme should be GPT. If it's not, your computer is super old and I'm not recommending that you move forward. Can it be done? Yes, it can be done. But we're not covering that in this video. I'm going to go ahead and click Start. When I do that, this is where it presents us the options to remove the requirements for the 4 gigs of RAM, Secure Boot, and TPM 2.0, remove requirements for an online Microsoft account, create a local account with username, set regional options to the same values as this user's, disable data collection, skip privacy, disable BitLocker automatic, use Windows CA 2023 signed bootloaders, require compatible target PC. I'm going to select the first 6 options here, and then I'm going to click OK. Rufus is going to warn me that all data on this flash drive will be erased, and I'm going to click OK. And it's now setting up that flash drive. This process here will take a few minutes, so again, I'll go ahead and fast forward until Rufus is complete. While I'm waiting on that, real quick, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Next week's video will be on a new tool that we'll use to debloat this Windows 11 installation, make all of our optimizations, and even mass install all of the software we're going to use all with one tool. Also, subscribing really helps me out. It helps me grow the channel so I can continue to bring you videos just like this. All right, let's see if Rufus is done. Okay, Rufus is now complete, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I'm going to come over here to this PC, and you can see now this second drive here is my ISO. This is the Windows 11 drive. This is the part where you'll need to decide whether you're doing an in-place upgrade or a clean installation. I will start with the upgrade, then I'll back out of that and do an actual clean install. If you decide to move forward with the upgrade, I recommend that you disconnect from the internet. If you do the upgrade while connected to the internet, number one, it's going to take a very long time, typically, depending on your system, how old it is. But also, it's going to do all of the Windows updates during the installation. And if you have an older PC, there is an opportunity there for an update to hang up and cause the installation to fail. So I recommend you do the upgrade, disconnect it from the internet, and then once you are back into Windows 11, reconnect to the internet and then do all of your Windows updates. Same concept with the clean install, you have a better chance of success if you're not connected to the internet doing the updates with the installation. I'm going to stay connected to the internet and do my updates during the installation. I happen to know from experience with this particular computer that it will do the updates just fine without hanging up. But again, your system may be different. I would probably be safe and just disconnect from the internet. All right, so let's start first with the in-place upgrade. All right, so if we are doing an upgrade and not a clean install, all we simply need to do is go to this PC, double click on our installation media that we just created, and then run the setup right here from Windows. We're not going to reboot or do anything because we're doing an upgrade. We're just going to run the setup. I'm going to click yes to the user account control. Windows is preparing, and this will start. Setup will go online to get updates, drivers, and optional features. These updates will help the installation go smoothly and can include important fixes, update device drivers, and additional files which are not on the installation media. Again, you can move forward with this next step connected to the internet, and it will do all of the updates, but it's also going to try to do driver updates and a whole other host of things that could potentially cause your installation to fail if this is unsupported hardware. So if you have the time, you can always start with this process, and then if it fails, go back and do it offline and see if it is not successful for you then. If you do decide to disconnect from the internet or just not allow it to do the updates, you can come here and tell it not right now. So you can actually stay connected to the internet and then tell it not to do the updates. I just recommend disconnecting from the internet. For this demonstration, I'm just going to tell it not right now, and then I'm going to click next. But once this actual setup process starts for the upgrade, I'm going to cancel out of this, and then we'll do it again as the clean install. Here we just have a license agreement. I'm going to click accept. Okay, you will get this screen right here during the upgrade that tells you this PC doesn't meet the minimum system requirements for running Windows 11. Blah, 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 blah. And then it lets you accept this warning and move on. So I'm going to click accept, and it's continuing now with the upgrade. Okay, ready to install. It's installing Windows 11 Pro for me. Keep personal files and apps because this is an upgrade, so it's keeping my personal files and apps. And I'm going to go ahead and click install. And now you are at the installing Windows 11 screen. This, at this point here, is going to be the same whether it's an upgrade or a clean install. So I'm going to cancel this, and then I'm going to go back and do it as if we were doing a clean install. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes, I do. Okay, back in Windows. Now for doing a clean install, we are going to boot from this installation media. So what you will need to do is know for your manufacturer what your boot key is. For this Dell computer that I'm on, F12 will bring up the boot menu after restart. It may be different for you. I'll put up a little graphic here of some of the common manufacturers. Here are some other potential things that you could run into. You may need to go in and disable secure boot. If you find that you're having a problem booting from the installation media, you may need to go back and disable secure boot. So I'm just going to go ahead and come down here, go to my power, and I'm just going to click restart. And then once the computer restarts, I'm going to tap F12 to get to my boot menu. All right. Now that I'm at the boot menu, I'm going to come down here to my UEFI boot, and I'm going to select this PNY USB 3.2. This is that flash drive that I just created, and I'm going to press enter. Okay, then we're just going to confirm our language and time and currency format and click next. I'm going to confirm my keyboard layout and click next. I'm going to go ahead and keep this install Windows 11 selected here, and then I'm going to check the box that I agree everything will be deleted, including files, apps, and settings. I'm going to click next. And again, we have our license agreement. I'm going to accept. Okay, now these are all of the partitions on my hard drive. I'm just going to select each one and click delete partition until I get down to the flash drive that I'm using, because I do not want to delete the flash drive that I'm using to install Windows. Okay, fortunately it does not give us the option to remove that one, which is good because that's the flash drive that we need. So I'm going to click on this one, which is my unallocated space, and I'm going to click next. And now it's ready to install. It's confirming that we are installing Windows 11 Pro and that we're going to keep nothing because this is a clean install. It's going to wipe everything out. Going to click install, and now we're to that installing Windows 11 screen, the same one that we canceled out of when we were doing the upgrades. So everything from this point should be the same. Now remember, I'm doing mine connected to the internet. You can always choose to disconnect from the internet at this point. The installation will be quicker, and then you can just do your updates once you're in Windows 11. I'm going to let it do mine while it's installing, so it might take a little longer, but then I'll have less work to do once I get into Windows 11. I will fast forward to the next part where we need to take action. And now this is the part of my installation where it's checking for updates. If you disconnected from the internet or told it not to do this, then you won't have this screen. And here we are in Windows 11 and all of its glory with all of this stuff that we want to get rid of. Copilot, Edge, that will be the next video. I'll show you one tool that can get rid of all this stuff for you, as well as perform privacy tweaks and even install software on here that you do want. We'll do that next video. But let's go ahead and come here and check our system so that we can see that we are on Windows 11 2.5H2. And as you can see here, Windows 11 Pro 2.5H2 installed on today's date, February the 7th. If I come here to product key and activation, you can see that my activation state is active. If I come over here to Windows Updates, it says you're up to date. We'll continue to check daily. And if I come over here to Update History, I can see that it downloaded all of my drivers for me during the installation process, so I shouldn't have any issues there. So there we are, Windows 11 in 2026 on an unsupported device, fully activated with updates. We'll stop this video here, and in the next one we'll come in here and clean all this up and make it actually bearable to use. And there you have it. An upgrade or clean install from Windows 10 to Windows 11 2.5H2 in 2026. Despite what you may have heard, it's still possible. Microsoft hasn't blocked these workarounds yet, but there's always the chance they still will. But just remember, you are more likely to succeed if you disconnect from the internet and do a clean install. What are your thoughts? Drop me a comment below. Also drop me a comment below for any future content you may want to see. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. That helps me out tremendously. And if you want to further support the channel and take it to that next level, you can become a member, which grants you direct access to me through email if you have any questions or need assistance. Don't forget to check out some of these other video suggestions, and as always, thank you for watching, and until next time.
Ray, nose, tech.